Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Flat Out Racing League. Yes, we are ready for round 2. We are at Daytona road track. My name's Kurt Dunninger and I will be your host today. We had a very exciting start of season last week. New drivers here taking to the track for the first time in a competitive scene. We've seen a lot of action. It was quite exciting to see that. Let's see what these guys have for us today. So we're just setting up the lobby. We are set to start at the top of the hour. You can see on the clock on the top right at 10 a.m. here in Japan. We'll be starting. That'll be 8 p.m. EST because we are in the future here. So today is already Sunday here. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Japan, as sunny as it is here outside in Daytona. We can see the drivers already prepared in the pit lane. They are not allowed to take the track yet, so they're just sitting there warming up their tires, doing their final setup checkings before the time trials. Nikali 11, good morning to you. Hope you're having a good day, and Progenitor as well. Thank you for the follow. Progenitor, one of our drivers. Is Progenitor already here in the track? He's not. So let's see how he's gonna do today. Progenitor, one of the amateur drivers. So we have two races today. First at 10 a.m. Japan time, 8 p.m. EST. We have the amateurs, and then we have the pros later at 9 p.m. EST. Yoni had a great race last week. He was going for a win, had a bit of an incident towards the later part of the race, managed to recover, but then a spin in I think it was the final lap even, cost him the win. The shame for Yoni. Here's Progenitor. He's already in the chat with the Razor stamped there in the rear wing. Gotham City, ooh, Batman fan. With the Honda. Did you have the Honda last time, Progenitor? I don't remember. I remember we had 2 Hondas. One new, one old. There's another Honda here, Sweaty Palms. So Sweaty Palms, if I'm not mistaken, he's jumping in as a reserve driver today. So it's his first race with Flat Out Racing. And he's in the Honda as well, so I like him already. Even though he's got sweaty palms, it's a bit yucky. Gotta clean the controller after that, or the steering wheel. But he drives the Honda, so that's cool, so we're good. And Moran, the creator, the organizer of Flat Out Racing League, here with his Lexus. Let's see if he can get a better race today. He had a bit of an incident at the start of the race last week and ended up starting from the back. Not the start of the season he was expecting, but I heard he's a Daytona specialist. Let's see today. Smoke and Hold, the other Honda driver with the OG NSX here, the 2006 NSX. As you guys may have noticed here, the amateur division, they are racing the GR2 category from Gran Turismo, so they are racing the old and the new GT500s, Japanese Super GT category. We've got a few more minutes to go before we start. 4 more minutes. Progenitor is saying, yeah, I did. I like the NSX best. Yeah, so he was in the Honda before, so he was sweaty palms. There was the other Honda that I saw here that got me confused. He's the new guy, so he's the new Honda. So I have 3 Hondas this week. That's awesome. Love it. Ridge Raider 77. Hey, welcome to Flat Out Racing League, mates. Here with Rallycross GT, the official broadcaster. The guys are getting into the lobby here. We should have a full lobby today if everything goes well. People are still got 3 more minutes to join before we start with the practice. Super excited for this. It's a new track in Gran Turismo. We had this track in the past in older versions, but it's brand new to GT7. We didn't have that in GT Sport, so drivers still getting the hang of it in the game with this GT2 cars, or GT500 or GR2 cars that many people are not used to. It's going to be quite interesting. High downforce cars. What can they do? The guys in the chat getting excited. Don't forget to use the audio alerts in the chat as well to create some more excitement. We've got some new sounds set up just today, so if someone goes off the track or if something exciting is going on, don't forget to use those sounds. Red Bull GT Racer in the chat saying redemption race. Yes, Red Bull GT Racer is M. Moran there with the purple Lexus. Let's go have a look at him here again. So this is his redemption race. He said we shouldn't rule him out of the championship just yet. He's still got a lot of fuel left to burn. Let's see. Jay Seward, keep blazing, stay amazing. Hell yeah, mate. Number 69 driver. He drives a Honda in real life, but he went for a GTR here. I'm slightly disappointed with that, but the important thing is to drive well and go fast, so I'll give him that. Right, so we got 1 minute to start. Let's hear from our sponsor one more time, and then when we're back, we're ready for qualifying.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. RS30 brings next level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision. just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Welcome back to Flat Out Racing League, here with the official broadcaster Rallycross GT. We've got a full house here, 15 people in the room. Well, we're missing one, that's 15 including me. But as you can see here, full attendance almost for today's race here at Daytona. We are almost ready to start with qualifying. I heard the word from the boss. We should have another 3 minutes to go. Just going through the drivers here. Stacking Yak is present. K Record, Major Vukov, Jesse, Mr. Smurf, M. Morin, Sweaty Palms, Yoni, Progenitor, Bearcales, Smoke and Holt, Jay Seward, and M. Johnson. These are the guys that are here today, ready to rock. I can see people coming out of the pits. It's qualifying time, ladies and gentlemen. First one out of the pits, K Record. Let's go. Pickerick joining the chat. Good evening, everybody. Pickerick, one of the pro drivers. How you doing, mate? How was the go-kart race? Hope you're not too sore. And Nicole 11, hi there. Right, there's a hell of a long pit exit here. And finally, K Record hits the track. Regulations today says that you have to use soft and medium compounds for at least 5 laps each. We have 30 laps today. It's going to be a long race. These cars are fast. K Record there coming out into the oval part of the track already, followed by C. Barry. Barry did really well last race. He's one of the championship contenders. Major Vukov here with the GTR already into the oval part. Bearcales, ooh, Bearcales spins. Just because we put the camera on him, we caught that live on camera with a spin there. Is he going to restart his lap? What is he gonna do? Bearcales wasn't there last week either, if I remember. So coming in as a sub also, first race here with us. Let's go back there to the front. So Yoni is in his out lap still. Past the chicane, Stacking Yak just past the chicane also. Jesse's in a Honda also. Wow, we got a lot of Hondas. They're getting more popular. I like that. M. Johnson there with the penalty. He will not like that. Probably gonna have to abort his lap. Didn't lose too much time. He's got a lot of assists on there, M. Johnson. He's gonna want to get rid of them for the race. If he wants to get faster. But I like his livery. Monster. Ken Block inspired. The GTR. That's pretty cool. Major Vukov, I saw him resetting his lap. Also noticed that Johnson has got medium tires, so he's gonna qualify quite slow. Someone should let him know that he can qualify on softs and then change to mediums before the race starts. Mr. Smurf here coming in P8, shiny green GTR. Bear Chaos there after that spin. He's here at the back of the pack, already in his fast lap. Moran in P10 at the moment. He's looking for redemption. What can he do? I heard his fast. Someone went out. Someone went out there. That was Johnson. Johnson went out. Bear Chaos there again. Smoke and Holt with a naturally aspirated Honda. Just look at that sound. It's gorgeous. I'm expecting Smoke and Holt to do fewer pit stops than everyone else for fuel because this car drinks less. It's gonna be quite good for him. Ooh, Jay Sewer there having an excursion, having an encounter with the wall there almost. That's what it looked like. Progenitor with the Honda. At the back of the pack in his out lap had to reset as well. And Sweaty Palms is still in the pits. I wonder if he's AFK or something. Get in there, Sweaty Palms. Right, back to the race. We have Yoni with a provisional pole position, 141.241. I don't know if there's a good time, but that's a little bit too deep there in the hairpin. But good car control. And M. Moran with a provisional P2 so far. Almost a second behind Yoni. See Barry coming out of the pits again. Ooh, Jay Seward just put the fastest time. Half a second faster than Yoni. Get in there, mates. 147.77. 777 there, lucky number. Not bad. The chat here is buzzing. Pickerick saying that he got 3rd place in his go-kart race. Another trophy for the cabinet. Not bad. And he's super sore. Well, let's hope that that doesn't affect your racing, mates. Hako is here as well. Yo, let's go. He's fine, no damage. Yoni can run a 38. Wow. Okay, so Hako looks like he's been practicing with Yoni. Or watching him at least. Jay Seward was going purple earlier. Small mistake there. Yeah, big mistake. He's in the wall. Damaged the engine. He's gonna have to go to the pits to repair. Here at Flat Out Racing, we have heavy damage settings. If you hit a wall, you're in trouble, and we saw a lot of that last week at Kyoto. A lot of people there having engine damage, suspension, and yeah, that certainly played a lot, you know, with the results. Yoni going purple. Yoni wants to go faster. And where's Moran? Moran's coming to close his lap. It was a very bad lap. 158. Probably had trouble there. Here's a tip for the guys. Since we got fuel consumption and tire wear, you should not be resetting the car every time you finish a lap. Just burn as much fuel as you can. Just change tires. Then you can go faster. Lighter car. You got some people there sunbathing, cutting grass. Oh, Moran going purple. Get in there, Moran. Shiny purple Lexus. Let's go on board with him here. Passenger seat. It is going to be a purple lap like his car. Jay Seward there still with the pole position. 147.77. Moran's going half a second faster. He might get some traffic there. Can he use that slingshot himself? Use his lip. Yeah, he's definitely going to be able to get that slip there. Lost a little bit of time in the chicane. That's Jesse there. Out of the way, Jesse. Yoni back with the pole position, 144. Got Moran here. What is he gonna do? 1:40.093, so almost getting to the 39s now. Morin delivering here at Daytona with a provisional pole position. We've got a few more minutes qualifying. We're almost done. Then we get racing, but it's looking good for Morin. Redemption race for him indeed. Pickerick in the chat saying that he cannot log in into GT. That's weird. Oh, did I see Sweaty Palms going purple? Sweaty Palms finally out of the pit. Yes, it's a pole position for the Honda driver. The sub driver here, late out of the pit. All he needed was one lap. One lap and his pole position. Sweaty Palms, not a contender for the championship as he's a sub driver. But what a performance from him. ASR Cats here saying in the chat, Pickerick, have you tried working the shaft? I'm not sure if that's not sure what he means by that. Let's leave it to that. Yeah, let's hope that Pickerick can get into the game. And look at Yoni there, still in the pole position again with a 39.6. These guys are on fire. And he's going faster, even faster, Yoni. Sweaty Palms. He was purple, but I think that's against the current lap. He wouldn't beat Yoni. Morin's in the wall. I think he's resetting already. Yeah, I think he's gonna call final lap for everyone. Let's see from reverse order. So K Record currently sitting at the back of the pack. He's qualifying medium tires. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. We've got the call there from the boss. Race control. 2 minutes to go. So the guy's got about a lap left. Morin switching to mediums. So that's the tires he's gonna start the race with. Mr. Smurf sitting in P12. He is really fast. He was really fast last week. He was keeping up with the front runners until had an incident there, but shows that he's got the pace to keep up with the front runners when he's focused. M. Johnson already retired there, sitting on the side of the track. Smoke and Holt trying to improve his time, currently sitting in P9 with the old school Honda. Frosty's livery, like that. The other Honda driver, Progenitor, improving his time. Two Hondas side by side, and another Honda here with Jesse, currently sitting in P8. I love that blue livery from Jesse. Bear Chaos. Big improvement there, 7/10. He needs that. Jesse left the room. Jesse left the room. What happened? Connection problems, perhaps? He's probably gonna lose his time and have to start at the back. That's not great. Stacking Yakin P6 with a 141, 2.3 out of the lead. Bear Chaos. A good, having a good debut here so far. Jess is back, okay. So Major Vukov there is staring M. Johnson in the eyes. Yeah, it's a bit of a standout there. M. Johnson just lost another position in the grid. C. Barry P4, the engine damage. He's there stopping next to Yoni. JC with great performance here with a P3. Sweaty Palms with a P2. And his debut as a sub driver. And Yoni coming in hot with P1. Him and C. Barry had an amazing duo last week at Kyoto. Let's see how it's gonna be today. All drivers are ready, calling it a session. We're just waiting for the word from race control. Then we're gonna start. GR2 division for the amateurs and GR3 for the pros. Right, we are ready to start. The race is on and it's absolute chaos here at Daytona. I don't know what happened, but we have people with engine damage already from the start. I don't know if someone got stuck there, but drivers piling over each other from the start. Let's go to the grid here. Bear Chaos also with engine damage. Major Bukov took a big hit to the back. Progenitor to the front. Sweaty palms here after starting P2. Absolute disaster for him there. Engine damage, damage to the front, the rear of the car. Jay Seward as well. What are the stewards gonna say about this? Seabury also going to the back of the pack. Chaos, absolute chaos at Daytona, and Yoni gets the best of it. Starting in medium tires. No trouble there for him because he started up front. And he disappears already up front. Stachyniak also managed to avoid trouble. He's got P2 at the moment in the soft boots. Jesse currently sitting P3 with the Honda, came back after probably connection problems. I don't know what happened there. We don't have replay unfortunately, but that was chaotic. M. Moran in his redemption race here has got damage to the front of the car. I don't think he will be pitting just yet, but that surely is going to slow him down. Started with medium tires. Mrs. Murphy in P5 also safe from damage, but already 10 seconds behind Yoni. And then from here on, Major Vukov with damage to the rear, already pitting. Progenitor also pitting, and then from here on, K-Record with engine damage, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers with engine damage. Half of the grid there falling victim to that chaotic start. Imagine if this game had proper damage system like Dirt Rally and some other stuff. These guys would be like, would have totaled the car out of the start, and the race would have had to be red flagged and start over. Absolute chaos here. It wasn't even turn 1 you were racing here saying that was the starting grid. You know what? These cars have got a lot of torque. Probably someone started without traction control, and the straight is slightly banked. The cars lost control there, hit each other, and then it just went downhill from there. I don't know. That's just my theory. Gonna have to see the replay after that. Yoni already opening a 3.7 seconds gap to Stachyniak. You're going purple with that second lap, that doesn't count. You got a little of a battle here between Jesse and Moran. So I don't have camera controls. Let's go out and back in. So I have the camera controls back. Apologies for that, guys. I know it doesn't look good for the spectators, but Gran Turismo controls. I still don't have camera controls. I cannot change the camera, so we're stuck in this cinematic camera, which is okay. It's not too bad, but we cannot have those nice onboards today, I'm afraid. Technicale, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome to Flat Out Racing League. This is the amateur division here at Daytona, racing Group 2 cars, the GT500s, and more in here fighting Jesse for P3. Got the best air on the inside. Can he hold on to it? Jesse's gonna want to fight back with the Honda. He does not have any damage on his car. Moran so far holding on to P3, but let's see when they get to the chicane. Jesse with the overspeed around the outside. They are side by side here in the straight. Look at this camera. Who's gonna brake later? And that's Jesse there with the overtake. Cutting a little bit of grass there. Jesse that had connection problems earlier on, and his car was shaking a little bit. I hope no one gets disconnected here. But he's got a penalty now from cutting the grass, and that's gonna allow Moran to fly past. Good for the Lexus driver. But actually half a second penalty is just about not almost enough just to shake someone off your slipstream. Still 8/10 there. That's a good job from Jesse. Mr. Smurf, after a horrible debut there at Kyoto, having a better race here at Daytona, but he's one of the few drivers that managed to avoid that situation at the start of the race. Currently P5. Major Vukov, P6 with his GTR, improving his lap times. Progenitor with the other Honda. He's currently sitting in P7, already 37 seconds behind the leader. I think, whoop, mistake here from Major Vukov. We caught that on camera. Managed to save it and avoid hitting the wall. You can make mistakes, you just want to avoid the wall because heavy damage here. You're gonna have to live with that damage for a long time, or pit for repair and lose even more time. Right, so from here onwards, everybody has already done one pit stop to fix the car, to repair the car. So this Jay Seward here, still in the fastest lap. He put soft boots already. He had to pit to fix the car. Sweaty palms. Coming around the chicane now. Look how the cars are flying around. It's not bad driving, that's just Gran Turismo and connection stuff being funny. See Barry, very fast driver. Unfortunately, 3 minutes in the first lap. Almost one full lap behind after that incident, and engine damage. Smoke and Holtz, P11, K Record, P12, Bear Chaos, P13, and M Johnson currently at the back of the pack. Unfortunately, we had 7 drivers there with full damage. Engine damage, front, rear, everywhere after a starting line incident. No idea what caused that, but I know we're gonna have some debriefing to do after the race. Curious to hear from the drivers. Meanwhile, Yoni, 6 laps completed, 5 seconds gap. He's all by himself. This race is his to lose. As we get into the night here, we started early evening. We had a little bit of light outside, but you can see the sun has already set. The Ferris wheel is already all lit up here in Daytona road course. As Stachiniak tries to chase Yoni, the 2 GTRs in the front of the grid. Gonna have to wait a little bit longer for them to start the pits. I wonder how long the tires can last here. So far, looking at the soft tires, and 6 laps completed. I think they're going for a one-stop strategy. Everybody mostly. And it's gonna be more on the fuel rather than the tires here. Morin up to P3. He left Jesse behind. Even with the front wing damage there, it's not really costing him too much time. Damage to the front wing is gonna cause the car to understeer quite a bit. Beautiful sunset here. Jesse in P4, coming around the chicane. Throwing grass onto the track. This is more skillfully avoids the grass there, not to get his tires dirty. P5 is profit for him, based on the first race. Progenitor, he did not have engine damage, but I remember he had some damage to his car and had to stop as well. So basically, the top 5 drivers are the only ones who have not pit yet, that they did not have damage to their cars after the start of the race. So Progenitor, he pit to fix his wings, if I remember well. And Major Vukov as well. So the night is already setting in, and this is going to affect the visibility of the drivers. And the race is going to go deep into the night. It's going to be interesting how the visibility affects a race. Vukov, they're a little bit too deep in the hairpin. So Major Vukov, he pits to fix the car, fix the wings. If I remember well, Jay Seward, he pit to fix the engine. It's okay, he's on soft boots, but he's already caught up with Major Vukov. He's absolutely flying, Jay Seward. Making up for the time lost there in lap 1. Sweaty palms. Currently with the fastest lap. 2 fastest laps in a row, a 39.693, then 39.633. And now he's going purple again. Let's go with sweaty palms in the Honda NSX 2016. It's really disturbing to see the car jumping around like that. I hope devs manage to fix this kind of thing. The guys in the chat, who you are cheering for? What are you thinking of the race so far? Do you think these guys at the back have any chance of redemption? Sweaty Palms losing a little bit of time there, but another 39.6. Very consistent laps there from him. Smoke and Holt is up to P10. Good job with the old Honda. He's 20 seconds behind Sweaty Palms, and see Barry already pitting. Early pit stops for him. Oh, he has damage again. So not the race that C. Barry wanted. Having to go for a second early pit stop. Yes, changing the boots. He's gonna refuel. Yes, he will. He's gonna go as far as he can with the soft tires. Losing quite a lot of time there. And you can hear the noises there of the gears. That's the mechanics fixing the car. And there he comes. See Barry out of the pits. P13, and he's already lapped. He's already lapped by Yoni. Those two, they were fighting neck to neck last week at Kyoto. Now Yoni is already lapping C. Barry. Hako here saying Yoni for the win. Hako currently leading the Pro Division with an early win. Stachyniak very comfortable in P2. Let's look at the times here. He's lapping at 42, 42, 42. And Morin, I think it was a little mistake there as he was coming back into the oval part of the track. He's got Era Racing cheering for him. Come on, Morin. Currently sitting P3 and he's also doing 42s, but he had a 44, 43, 42.7, 42.7. By the looks of it, Morin is not gonna close up on Stachyniak. And Jesse also not clocking very consistent laps. It's a 43.9, 44, 45.5, 43.4, 43.2 his best lap. So Mr. Smurf is actually already catching up with Jesse. They're both on medium tires and no damage. Jesse with a little bit less fuel. The GTR from Mrs. Smurf is almost within slip range. Let's stay with them two here for now, because we want to see overtakes. Mrs. Smurf closing in 1.3. You can see back markers there behind already. Mrs. Smurf is actually struggling to close the gap here on Jesse. I think Jesse saw in the mirrors that he's got someone behind him. He's like, oh shit, I gotta floor it now. And he just clocked his fastest lap, 43.0, and he's going almost 4/10 faster. Yeah, I think that's what happened. He saw danger in his rear view mirror and decided to speed up. So he gained almost 1 second over Mrs. Smurf in the last lap. But mistake from Jesse into the oval, and that gap now was less than 1 second. Mrs. Smurf did the chicane really well, but a bit too well there, cutting to the grass again. So he's in the slip range, but he's gonna lose that now that he has to pay the penalty. Let's go check on Progenitor now. His fastest lap at 40.9. He's about to lap M. Johnson, P14. And Progenitor doing 41, 41, 41. So he will catch up with Mrs. Smurf. Progenitor going really, really quick here. Jay Seward. Oh, he had a 44 there. Probably went off track. But Jay Seward was running 39s earlier than 40s. So he's another one that, you know, you never know. He might finish in top 5 still. Might be able to recover. Sweaty palms with a 39.2. 39.2 flying there with the fastest lap. Do we get extra point for fastest lap? I do not remember. But so far, Sweaty Palms is getting it for bragging rights. Even if he doesn't give an extra point, at least he's got the bragging rights. Major Vukov all by himself in P9. We lost Yoni. We lost Yoni. And Vukov there hitting the wall. Damage to the engine. You can see smoke coming from his car. Disaster formation. Vukov is gonna have to pit now and repair the car, but absolute disaster for Yoni. He's left the room. I don't know what happened. Connection problems. We've lost Yoni, the leader of the race. Disaster for him. And Stachiniak now promoted to P1. Hako here, yeah, you only got this seat, I think so. Servers are so messed up. Yeah, that's good for M. Moran, who had a disaster last week, but also good for C. Barry, that after having a great race 1, he's now sitting in P12. So that means that Yoni's not gonna disappear in front of him in the standings. C. Barry and K. Record here battling for P11. Let's watch this battle. But as I was saying, Yoni and C. Barry, they were fighting for positions, fighting for the lead there in race 1. So at least now, this benefits C. Barry. He's not going to fall behind too much. And Moran, who was behind, is now going to catch up with those two. So the championship battle is completely wide open once again. Not for reasons that we would have liked. We don't like to see people getting disconnected, or for that matter, you know, wrecked in not even turn 1 at the start of the race. But this season is going to be 10 races long at least now. Things are going to be a little bit closer throughout the season. C. Barry there gets the overtake, leaves K. Record behind, and starting to open the gap already. C. Barry's got the soft boots, fresh boots, against used ones from K. Record. Yoni the Beast here joining the chat. OMG, what happened? Yeah, I think you got disconnected, mates, and that is a big shame. That race was yours, mates. That race was completely yours. Major Vukov, after pitting to repair the car, is now behind M. Moran, being lapped there by P2. And M. Johnson, currently sitting in P13, being waved the blue flag. He's gonna let Mrs. Murph pass, because he's now blocking Mrs. Murph against Progenitor. In fact, Progenitor is up to P3. I think he's past Mrs. Murph. Yes, if you look there at the times, we had a 48 from Mrs. Murph. We had a 45 from Progenitor. But yeah, something happened there to Mrs. Murph. Lost a lot of time in the previous lap. And that saw Progenitor up to P3. M. Johnson needs to give way. Cannot be there, you know, swerving in front of Mrs. Murph, because that's not cool. Meanwhile, Jay Seward back into the 41s. His soft tires are very worn out. He's gonna have to pit very soon. Sweaty Pants catching up as well. Meanwhile, Stachiniak into the pits. Yak from the lead into the pits. We got a couple of battles now in our hands. That's what we want to see. Sweaty Palms, Jay Stewart and Mrs. Murph all in the same camera take. We got 3 drivers here very close to each other. Progenitor managing to get away there. So we're gonna have a battle for podium now. That's cool. We thought that everything was lost after the start, but not quite. Jay Stewart are almost putting everything to lose now, actually. And he goes for a full spin there. Whoa, that was close. Jesse there, fortunately Jay Stewart was transparent. Jesse almost T-boned Jay Stewart. That would have been an absolute disaster for both of them. And Jay Stewart with dirty tires. Careful, mate, careful. Put TC on. Another spin there for the Canadian driver. Big problems there for him. He went from fighting for podium to P7. Disaster for him. Dusty there in the chat. This will be fun. Yeah, man. This race here is not as easy as it seems. Stachynak coming out of the pits with fresh boots. Trying to get past Jesse. He does not want to lose time. He had a comfortable lead before the pits. Jesse now paying the penalty. Progenitor into the pits. Where is Progenitor gonna come out? Progenitor there now. He had some damage to the front of his car. He's filling up the tank. The crew there carrying the tires. Spending quite some time in the pits. Right, we're gonna see where he comes out later. J. Seward P6 right now. As Progenitor is in the pits. Jess is gonna have to pit very, very soon. He's got damage to the front and the right of the car. Progenitor finally out of the pits in P7. Stachynak up to P4, but he has already pit. So that's Mr. Smurf, and Sweaty Palms got past him already. Get in there, mate. Sweaty Palms, the sub driver. Morin in the pits now. Box. Who else is going? I think Sweaty Palms is going to stay out for a little bit longer. Let's try to calculate pit time. So Morin was 17 seconds ahead. So 17 seconds ahead. Let's see how far behind Sweaty Palms is going to come back. Give or take, you know, given the consistent laps. Jess into the pits as well. Mrs. Murph should pit in the next lap. Stachynak has already pit. Morin is still there. J. Seward into the pits as well. And there's Morin coming out. So he was 17 seconds ahead. He's now 28 seconds behind. So that's about 45 seconds, 43, 45 seconds, something like that. That's a long time. It's a very long time in the pits. Comes behind Stachynak, who was P1 before. So 45 seconds. So that means a Progenitor has just come out of the pits with fresh mediums and should have enough fuel to finish the race. He should come out just there with Sweaty Palms and Mrs. Murph. It's gonna be really close. Now, can the soft tires last all the way? Well, Sweaty Palms gonna put mediums, I guess. He should come in now. Yes. Pits for him and Mr. Smurf. Stachynak coming out really slow there. What happened? Something happened to Stachynak. He lost a lot of time there. No damage to his car. But M. Morin is only 3 seconds behind, and the gap was much bigger before. He's clocking almost 2 seconds, 2 minutes this lap. It was a fast lap per se, not an out lap, so something happened there. He lost a lot of time. Progenitor is coming around to close his lap. Meanwhile, Sweaty Palms and Mr. Smurf are still in the pits. They should be coming out any second now. Should be a close merge with Progenitor. Where are they? They're still in. Coming out now. Sweaty Palms P3 and Progenitor P4, 1.8 seconds behind. I think it's because he had to repair the car, meanwhile Sweaty Palms didn't. Mr. Smurf a little bit further back, probably had to put more fuel as well, but Mr. Smurf is with soft tires now. So he's got the extra speed and extra tire wear as well. So let's see if we can capitalize on that, on the softer compound and extra grip, while the tires are fresh. Mr. Smurf's got everything to get a podium here. Just need to place his cars right. And M. Moran, he's super close. Actually, Stachyniak is on medium tires, by the way. Stachyniak on mediums, Moran on softs. Stachyniak doesn't have a lot of fuel left. I think he's gonna have to pit one more time, or he's gonna have to go into fuel saving mode. I'm not sure if he's paying attention to his fuel. But Moran's got almost a quarter of tank more. And here in the chat, Dusty's saying that he knows a couple of leagues that have gone back to GT7 because the lobby state here is so bad. I wouldn't go back to GT7. What happened to K Record? I think that was just a bug there, but it looked like he came out of the pits completely straight there. He was being lapped by Stachyniak and Moran. Currently P1 and P2 fighting for the lead. And Moran's got the advantage. He's got softer compound and extra fuel. If he doesn't take this one on the track, he's going to take on the pits for sure. 12 laps to go, 12 and a half. Still a long way to go. It's a very long race here. But Moran seeking redemption this race after a bad Kyoto start of season, and he has got redemption here right now. I'm not sure if he's just being clever and staying in the slip to save fuel, or if he's genuinely struggling to pass. But Moran there is sitting behind Yak for far longer than I thought he would, considering he's got softer tires. He's out of the slip now. Interesting strategy there. Let's keep an eye on them. A little bit further back, Sweaty Palms has got a huge gap now to Progenitor. Progenitor in P4. Now Seabury's got a lot of damage. He's going back to the pits again. He was up to P5 but having to pit one more time. Not sure what happened. But Jesse and Mr. Smurf, they lost a lot of time there as well to Progenitor, considering they came out of the pits really close. Where is Mr. Smurf? Also in the... Oh, I see what may have happened. Maybe Mr. Smurf and Seabury had a close encounter. And let's go back to the front there, because M. Moran is now up to the lead. But that lead has cost his front wing and front right wheel. We missed what happened. We don't have the replay. And Stachyniak also with damage to the front and the left. I think those two had an encounter there as well. And they might have to pit again. K Record. Ooh, that was nasty there in the wall. So let's see. Do you think Stachyniak and Moran are gonna pit to repair it, or they're just gonna carry on? Sweaty Palms got a lot of extra fuel, and his car is intact. As it stands, he might be able to close those 9 seconds. Let's see his lap time, 41.2. There was a 53 here from Yak and a 49 from Moran, so they both well over their average lap times there. 42 and 40 before. 42 before. So yeah, as it stands, Sweaty Palms is taking 1 second per lap from the two front runners. We got 10.5 laps to go with this 1 second per lap. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a Honda winning this race. Progenitor with the other Honda, he's clocking at 43.44. No as fast. I don't think it's gonna be a threat for the two front runners unless they pit. But if they pit, they're gonna lose almost 45 seconds. Well, I think it's 45 because they have to refuel quite a lot. So maybe it's more like a 30 seconds pit. I don't know if it's worth it or not. They might lose the win, but not the podium. But if they pit, they definitely lose the podium. Jesse P5 with the softs clocking 42s there. Bear Chaos. Haven't seen him in the track in a while. He did a 40.6 there. It's a good lap time. Beautiful track here, Daytona at night. The big Ferris wheel lit up. Bear Chaos coming to the chicane now. No trouble, no penalty. Jesse, on the other hand, Jesse losing time there. Coming out really slow, 230 versus 240 from Bear Chaos. 10 kilometers per hour difference. So I think the Lexus driver here is gonna get the Honda. Let's stay here for a while. Guess it's got soft tires, and even though Bear Chaos is much faster, Jay Seward is catching up as well. He was coming in a great recovery race, but had to go for extra pit stops, unfortunately. Let's just watch here as Bear Chaos tries to catch Jesse. A little bit deep there. It's like a double apex hairpin, horrible corner. But that's it now. He's in the slip. Almost, just about. Yes, he's back in the slip. 0.7 seconds. Can Bear Chaos go for a pass at the chicane? Meanwhile, Jay Seward, he's catching up as well. 40.9 the final lap here. Stachynak pit. Stachynak decides to pit. This is interesting. He's gonna lose a few positions there, but his car was probably quite damaged. He's coming in now. Jesse was better at the chicane and left Bear Chaos behind. So I think Stakinek's not gonna lose too much time. Oh, but he had to refuel. He's coming out now with soft boots. He comes back in P4. Stakinek comes back P4, 5 seconds ahead of Jesse and Bear Chaos, who could not overtake just yet. And Jay Seward another 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds behind. Right, Stakinek pit. He's 8 seconds behind Progenitor. Progenitor is gonna go the distance now. Progenitor is not a threat to Sweaty Palms, but Sweaty Palms, they're clocking 40.9, 41. Moran is back into the 41s despite the damage to his car. So Sweaty Palms, they're not able to close the gap. He's got a lot of extra fuel compared to Moran, so he can floor it all the way. Moran has to be a little bit more mindful. And he's got damage to his car, 41.8 versus 41.1. Okay, so he got 7/10 in that lap. He can still do it. Sweaty Palms. He's gonna have to push really hard. Stakinak decided to pit because he thought that that damage was too much. Could have stayed out unless something else happened that we've missed. How are we here? Bear Chaos. Bear Chaos paying a penalty there. Something happened to Bear Chaos that he's now down to P7. So Jesse now's got breathing space. There's a 46 lap. Went off cut corner. And Jay Seward now up to P6. Potentially P5. He might be able to catch Jesse. Jesse with the soft boots, but 41.4, his fastest lap of the race so far. We've seen it before. Jesse saw someone in his rear view mirror and decided to speed up. Yellow flag, yellow flag. We cannot see who caused that yellow flag. It was around here. Could be a back marker. Yeah, K record there. It's K record triggering the yellow flag. He's out of the way there. As Jay Seward chasing Jesse. GTR versus Honda here at Daytona. Jay Seward going around the inside. Late on the brakes. Gets to pass the chicane, but a bit too keen there. He's gonna have to give the position back. Since he's in front, he might not lose too much time. Might be able to catch the slipstream from Jesse again. Bam. Jesse goes around the side there. In case you just loses the slip. Right, Stachyniak, P4. 8.6 seconds behind Progenitor. I don't think that was a good idea there, that pitmate. Sorry to say. Progenitor looking good. Solid P3 for him. And Sweaty Palms, 40.5. He's got the fastest lap of the race. Early on soft. And Morton, 40.9. Morton woke up as well. That damage in the front of the car is not really affecting him that much. Coming around the chicane, he's catching up with Smoke and Holt in P11, and Moran's going even faster. He's gonna get there the slip from Smoke and Holt, and probably now it's too far to catch the slip. That's his lap time, and he goes even faster, 40.8. Sweaty Palms, what can he do? 40.3. So Moran still half a second slower. We got 7 seconds between them and only 6 laps to go. Sweaty Palms needs to try harder. Moran really woke up now in this later part of the race. Saw the danger coming and he wants that win. He wants redemption. He told me not to rule him out of the championship after that Kyoto incident, and he is delivering. He's delivering on his promise. Stachyniak P4, Jay Seward now comfortable in P5. What happened to Jesse? So Bear Chaos now up to P6, and Jesse, no damage to his car, but he did a 52 in the last lap. Jesse probably went off track somewhere and lost 2 positions. Great recovery there from Jay Seward. So here P8 Major Vukov, 40.7, good lap. This race would have been completely different had not been for that incident at the start. 7 cars with engine damage and 2 more there with damage to the wings. Only 5 cars managed to avoid all the trouble. One of them, Yoni, who was leading the race by miles but got disconnected. Big shame. Seabury up to P9 with a 39.8, fastest lap for him this race. Mr. Smurf, who was going really well also. Then I don't know what happened. He's now P10. Smoke and Holt in the old school Honda, currently in 11th. Just got lapped by Moran. M. Johnson in P12. And K Record back of the pack. Improving his time. It's good to see that. But a lot of work to be done there for the Lexus driver. Back to the front, the gap is going down. 41.1 for Moran the last lap. 40.2 for Sweaty Hands. Major Vukov box from P8. So the gap now is 6.4 seconds. Sweaty Hands is closing in. We're gonna have a battle here in the final few laps, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we like to see. He's gonna catch up with Smoke and Holt. The two Honda drivers gonna help each other, I guess. A little bit of friendly slip. Maybe, maybe not. 6.8. Let's see the lap time here now. 41.3. Lost a little bit here. 41.2. Okay, so the distance staying the same in this lap. Progenitor 6 seconds. Stachyniak is catching up. 40.9. 41.6. And here was a 42. He had a high 41 there. With 3.5 laps left. It's more like 3 laps to go. 4. 3 laps to go. Stachyniak is 5.5 seconds behind. Can he get Progenitor? It's going to be very, very tight. He needs to go absolute flat out every single lap if he is to stand any chance. Mistakes like that there, not going to help him. Jay Seward P5, Bear Chaos P6, and Jessa P7. Seabury up to P8 there after Major Vukov had to pit one more time. Let's have a look at the front runners again. See how they are doing. Stachyniak, less than a quarter of tank left. Looks like he's going fast there. He's got soft boots. Let's see the next split here. 2/10 over his fastest lap. Progenitor is struggling. He's losing time. Meanwhile, these two here, Sweaty Palms now struggling, not able to improve his time. Yellow flag, yellow flag. So that's another detail there. Moran's got soft tires. Moran's got soft tires while Sweaty Palms got mediums. I have not noticed that sooner. So I think the damage to the front of Moran's car, despite having the extra mechanical grip, he's got less aero grip, so that means Sweaty Palms and him have about the same pace. Bear Chaos pits with 2.5 laps left to go, pitting again for fuel. It's gonna lose important positions there, I'm afraid. Progenitor losing time to Stachyniak. That strategy there cost him the P2, potentially P1. He could have maybe beaten Moran, you never know. But he might be able to get the podium back. So Berkay is out of the pits, still in front of Seabury, holding on to P7 there. Good stuff. Not many battles on the track at the moment. Sweaty Palms there. The difference is now 5.7, 41.8, 40.8. So 1 second down. But it's a little bit too late now. Sweaty Palms had the opportunity early in the race to catch up, but was unable to, maintain the strong pace. And now, with a few laps left to go, the gap's down to 5 seconds. Did we have a mistake from Morin here? Still got a good margin. Traction control enabled there to prevent excessive wheel spin. So his rear tires are quite worn already. Meanwhile, Sweaty Palms medium are quite fresh, but 4 seconds in 1.5 laps, I think that's too much of a stretch. We're getting close. Final lap almost, and the gap is going down. We got yellow flag again. Someone is in the wall. Who is it? It's Mr. Smurf. Mr. Smurf in the wall outside the chicane. I hope Sweaty Palms didn't lose too much time there. 4.5 seconds the difference. It's going down by another second this lap, but it's a little bit too late. And look at Stachyniak, 2.2 difference now. Stachyniak might get Progenitor and get a podium. Stachyniak with a 41.0, 3 seconds faster than Progenitor in this final lap. Let's look at these two here. We've got a battle here, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Get in there. The gap going down here for Morin, 3.9, but I don't think Sweaty Palms can do it. But Stachyniak, they are still in the early part of the lap here. They're 30 seconds behind the leaders. So Stachyniak got a full lap ahead to chase Progenitor, who's got slower tires. Up from there, I think everything is already decided, but this is the battle for the podium. And it's not looking good for the Honda driver. I don't like to say that, but I don't think we're gonna have Progenitor on the podium. A big mistake there, goes a bit too wide on the exit of the road course, and that allows Stachyniak to catch up in the slip. Yak's got the fuel in the reserve there, very little fuel left, but should be enough to finish the race. Meanwhile, Morin takes the win, checkered flag for him, and that's P1, 2.7 seconds ahead of Sweaty Palms. Redemption race for Morin. Amazing stuff for him there after disaster in Kyoto. Takes the win here at Daytona. Sweaty Palms catching up in P2. And what happened? Where is Stachyniak? Right there behind. And that's Honda in the podium. Progenitor takes P3, Stachyniak right there in P4. Good stuff there from both drivers. So much epicness here right now. Jay Seward closing in P5. Jess a little bit further back, holds into P6. Good stuff there from Jesse. We haven't seen Jesse in the last race in Kyoto. He's debuting here at Daytona with a solid P6. Bear Chaos, after a late pit stop, takes P7, and from here onwards all the guys that were massively affected by the car crash at the start of the race, Barry, Major Bukov, everyone else has already finished their laps. But what a race that was there. Redemption race for this man. M. Morin with the win. Great stuff. Great recovery there after a bad debut, but he's back in the championship fight. Ladies and gentlemen, Flat Out Racing League Amateur Division done and dusted. That was epic. Let's get ready for the pros. I'm gonna leave you guys with a quick word from our sponsor, and when we're back, we go meet the pros.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.